adhere to this responsibility will be cause for reward. At this time, we ask that you please rise and move your cup as we get the presentation of the colors by the NWAC High School Navy Junior ROTC. Please welcome Nicole Eskridge.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag, it was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Go
Thank you, Nicole Eskridge. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please remain standing until the colors of the
Yeah, well, okay. Sorry. Well, your bracket may be busted. Tonight, one team will complete a perfect bracket, 4 straight wins, and a big, shiny championship trophy. It's the NWAC Basketball Tournament Championship game as we come to you live from the Walt Price Student Fitness Center on the campus of Everett Community College. This is game number 15 of the 2017 Northwest Athletic Conference Men's Basketball Tournament. Hello, everybody. I'm Tom Lafferty along with Joel Boyer and Keith Neely working the sidelines for us this afternoon and into the evening. Today's matchup featuring the Tacoma Titans at 18-13 and the Walla Walla Warriors at 23-8. Today's telecast brought to you in part by PSG Washington, a proud sponsor of this year's tournament. The PSG team of highly skilled employee benefit consultants is here to guide you toward making the best decisions for your business and employees throughout the Northwest. No other firm can match their unparalleled blend of experience and dedication to customer service. PSG Washington, we're not satisfied until you're satisfied. And welcome you again to inside the Walt Price Student Fitness Center. They're getting ready for the introduction of the starting lineups. Let's take a look at those starters. First, for the Tacoma Titans, they will start Askari Carter, a 6'3 freshman, 4.6 points per ball game out of South Medford High School in Medford, Oregon. Also, Jordan Powers, a 6'3 sophomore, 5.7 points per ball game from Stadium High School in Tacoma. Khalil Wyatt, a 6'5 sophomore, 15.5 points per ball game from Oroville, California. Khalil Thompson, a 5'10 sophomore, 21.1 points per ball game from Centennial High School in Las Vegas. And Ravion Bell, a 6'9 sophomore, 7.5 points per ball game from Hartsfield, South Carolina. The head coach, T.J. Call, last night played much of the game with only 6 players. Some of the guys I just mentioned and a couple others were booted from the ball game. We'll talk about that in just a moment. Let's take a look at the Walla Walla starters. Only 4 starters scored against Lower Columbia. In fact, only 1 bench player got 2 points. So 4 guys scored. Landon Radliff was one of them. 6'1 freshman, 11.3 points per ball game out of Richland, Washington, had 21 last night. Dalton Thompson, 6'5 sophomore, 15.2 points per ball game from Post Falls, Idaho. He had 14 last night. Sophomore 6'3 Colin Bakalarski led all scorers with 33 points, averages 20.8 points per ball game out of South Kitsap High School. And Gabe Porter, a 6-foot sophomore, 22.8 points per ball game from Walla Walla High School, had 17 last night. The only starter that didn't score 12 points, or number 12, Bo Tilleman, a 6'9 sophomore out of Genesee, Idaho. Let's talk to Joel Boyer about this ball game. First, let's start. We just talked about Walla Walla last night. 42 three-pointers hoisted in last night's game.
Well, and that's definitely a philosophy thing oftentimes, Tom. Some teams want to try to slow things down a little bit, want to try to really value their possessions. Other times, coaches talk about they want to get as many shots as possible. When those are three-pointers, obviously, I mean, it's a duh statement for you, but it's one more point. So the more you can put up, the percentages, you look those over and say, hey, if we're going to make 25, 30%, well, the more we get up, the more we're going to make. So definitely a philosophy thing. Worked out for him last night. Well, it's sad to say that's only about half of what I've heard some of the worst ones to be. Some of them up in the hundreds. University of Redlands down in California wanted to get up 100 if they could a game. But 42 is about as many as I've heard up in this area for sure.
And then talking about Tacoma, you were surprised when he came in, and we mentioned and talked about last night's game. 4 players left the bench there was a hard foul. There was a technical called in there, but then there was a little scuffle, and the rule number 1, don't leave the bench area, and 4 guys left the bench area, and they were asked to not participate in the rest of the ball game. So Tacoma showed that they could face adversity. They played with 6 guys for most of the game last night.
And that's one of those things I was telling you when I came in, too. I was shocked at the fact that they were eligible to play today. Oftentimes it's the rest of the game plus the next one is the automatic hard, fast rule, no ifs, ands, or buts, not situational. And yet in the NWAC, that is not the case. And so for the fans, for those students, for those players, and for us, we're going to get a better game because we get those 4 players back. So I think it's going to be a very exciting game we're going to watch.
So Tacoma last night beat Umpqua 79-74. The game was tied 11 times. There were 12 lead changes last night. Umpqua led by as much as 6. Tacoma led by as much as 8 and got the win. Walla Walla beat Lower Columbia last night 87-73. Walla Walla scored 50 in the second half. Never trailed. The game was never tied. And so we are set for the opening tip-off here between the Walla Walla Warriors and the Tacoma Titans, ready to go for the championship in the NWAC. And it will be Tacoma with the basketball moving to our right in the dark uniforms. And they are on the offense here to start things off, just underway. Outside 3 ball, down it goes for Khalil Thompson. Hits the 3, averages 21.1 points per ball game during the regular season.
Khalil Thompson just hit that big 3. Very excited. Was slapping the floor a la Steve Wojciechowski from Duke years ago.
Outside 4 is Colin Bakalarski. He shoots a 3 that won't go, and it will be into control of Tacoma. Titans moving to our right. Underneath it goes Jordan Powers. Here's a Revion Bell, puts up a shot, and it will not go. And so we're going to have a foul called here. It's going to be on Powers off the rebound. It's going to be his first personal foul, first team foul.
Quick substitution right there, wanting to make sure he gets his player right, make sure he understands what he needs to do.
And sending him off the floor. And I'm guessing, I know that's Ravion Bell because he's a 6'9 sophomore. He's listed as 32. He was wearing 34, and now he's gone off the floor. Well,
yeah.
Okay.
And you went back to the locker room, it looks like, too, Tom. So not sure if there's a jersey thing or maybe some blood, something to that effect. But
Long outside three. This one won't go for Khalil Thompson. Grabbed down by Walla Walla. 3-0 lead for Tacoma here in the early going. Very early going, as everybody getting their bearings here in this championship game. Outside Radliff. Radliff out of Richland High School. Working left wing, looks for a screen, gets it from Tillman, goes around him, pulls up and puts it up from 16. Won't go. And the rebound's going to be grabbed by Quentin Bethea out of Auburn Riverside High School.
Both teams playing pretty intense man-to-man. Definitely a lot of energy in this gym, you can tell. Definitely on the court, really excitatory.
Ooh, going in, shot up, won't go. Body on the floor. Khalil Wyatt misses, hits the deck, no call. And Walla Walla in the home gold uniforms. Moving to our left, here's a straightaway three-pointer up, and it is good for Gabe Porter. And that's a 3-3 tie, our first tie of the ball game. And we're going to have an offensive foul call. Right back the other way, and they're going to call that on Khalil Wyatt. Wyatt out of Oroville, California. Second team All NWAC West Division. His first personal foul, second team foul against the Titans of Tacoma.
And that's 2 offensive fouls, 1 for each team right now. We've seen illegal screens being set. One of the things I really appreciate, Tom, referees that call the same call both ways, both ends of the court. If it's a moving screen here, it's a moving screen there. Really appreciate that. Real solid reffing crew we've seen already in this first couple of minutes.
Eric Chesley, Mike Stevenson, and Jacob Burkhart are the officials. They're having a little confab there right above the Trojans logo, mid-floor. They're going to come over and talk to the official scoring folks. Keith Neely is working with us on the sideline. See if he got some info. I saw him flapping his ears under there. Can we get from Keith?
Yeah, we have a jersey situation. I talked to the coaching staff as Bell left the locker room and why he went back. The official word is no comment from the bench. However, the referees are saying that because he started the game with number 34, changed that to 32 in the locker room, they have a situation and will have technical fouls.
Okay, so a technical foul, a real just technical foul. Yeah, we saw him with 34 on, and they're going to have a technical foul. Why don't you just leave 34 on?
Well, my wonderment, and this is maybe something that Keith can look into for us, my wonderment is if he was originally written into the book under his normal usual number of 32, and he came out for whatever reason wearing 34, when he went back to change, I wonder if the book had it different or if he had started, because he started the game with that number and actually had entered into the contest as 34, he cannot change.
Sometimes no comment means we forgot it.
Sometimes no comment is we don't really want to talk about this right now.
Yeah. So that's good. I think a bench technical maybe on the coach. He's not seat belted, so I'm going to say it's a bench technical. One shot was good for Dalton Thompson. Now they feed it inside. We're going to have a traveling call, and we'll go back the other way. A 4-3 lead for Walla Walla off the technical free throws. To me, that's a bookwork technical foul.
Absolutely, and that's one of those things as a coach, and by this point of the season, I'd like to say you should have that ironed out, whether it's your assistant coach is looking it over for you or your assistant coach fills out, your head coach looks it over, but a lot of times, I know we always have multiple coaches look at the book to make sure we don't have that happen, but, well, it happens.
It happens, so inbounds here for Tacoma. Dump it inside to Bell. One bounce off the glass, no good. Rebound, Bakalarski for Walla Walla.
And you can see the 6'9" Bell for Tacoma. I believe he's got springs in those legs. Definitely looks like he is quite the athlete. A little wiry, but can get off the floor pretty quickly.
Bakalarski to Porter, shoots a three, and it goes down. Boy, he had a body on him, and he still put it up and in, and it's a 4-point lead for Walla Walla here in the early going, 7-3.
Well, Porter averages almost 23 a game. I don't think he's very shy, regardless of bodies on him or not.
Thompson with a miss, rebound by Tillman, and here comes Walla Walla up by 4 with the basketball. They're in the gold uniforms. That's Colin Bakalarski out of South Kitsap High School. Swing it to Porter. Porter, like the shot last time, lost a handle on it. Now bodies on the floor. Ascari Carter is standing with it. Now we're gonna have a foul called.
Oh,
I thought we were gonna have a jump ball, but then I think they're going to call Porter reach a little bit too much to go back and re-grab the basketball. They're going to call him for a foul.
Well, I think Porter's arm was getting pulled with the ball as he had it on early. I would have liked to have seen a jump ball called earlier in that possession right there, Tom, just in that moment. But,
rather than when they're writhing on the floor?
Yeah. When you got two bodies all thrown akimbo, it's I think we should call it a jump.
Porter's first. Here's Bell, glass and in. Ravion Bell with the bucket underneath.
Real great patience by Powers right there. Off that double team, he's able to find his front court mate Bell for that easy two.
There's Bakalarski, a runner won't go. Tilleman resets and kicks it back outside. They'll go right back down to Tilleman, backs his way in. Hook shot is up and good over Bell. Bo Tilleman already more points than he had last night. He was scoreless last night, as only 5 players scored for Walla Walla. And one of those was a bench player with an accidental 2 towards the end of the game. Foul's going to be here on Radliff for Walla Walla, his first third team.
Really like Tilleman's his patience, his presence down there low. Made sure to up fake, get the bouncy defender in the air, and was able to then go up over him as he was coming down. Great patience.
Walla Walla 9-5 lead. A free throw here. First one no good for Jordan Powers. He was one of the 4 players that was asked to decline participation in the remainder of the ball game last night.
I love how you say that.
He got booted. Let's put it that way. Next one is good.
I don't think he had a choice in that ask not to participate.
No. So it's Walla Walla basketball, a 3-point lead. Dalton Thompson looks corner to Radliff. Radliff, boy, the baseline, he thought about going that way, but the lane was blocked. So we'll kick him down to Tilleman, but it's going to be intercepted by Powers, who looked up floor, then goes to Khalil Thompson. Thompson through the lane, dump it to Bell for a two-handed flush. Ravion Bell off the pass from Thompson, and it's a 9-8 lead now for Walla Walla. Dribbling in, Porter waits for the defenders to fly by, then he just patiently waited. Okay, you guys go, I'll lay it in. It's a 3-point lead again. Thompson for Tacoma out of Centennial High School in Las Vegas, Nevada. Out of Scary Carter. Carter looked underneath. Ball's going to be picked off. And here comes a Dalton Thompson out of backcourt. Takes it himself, lays it up and in. And it's out to a 5-point lead, biggest lead of the game for Walla Walla.
Had Radliff running with him right there, but made that decision you have to make on the fly at a moment's notice. I'm going to take this all by myself, and it paid off for him.
Bell looked at the 3, didn't take it. Wyatt has it. He'll go down. Swatted out of bounds by Bakalarski. And we're going to have a timeout on the floor. Media time with 14:54 to go in the first half. It's Walla Walla 13, Tacoma 8. You're watching the NWAC Men's Basketball Tournament on STSPN.com.
Invited to immerse yourself in the beauty of nature in all 4 corners of Lewis County, Washington. From our fields to your table, farms in the west share their bounty. Limitless landscapes, forests and mountains beg to be explored in the east. Fish our many rivers and lakes in the south, and discover where history and culture intersect in our twin cities. Explore it all by visiting our Facebook page and plan your next getaway at discoverlewiscounty.com. Culture, history, and adventure all come alive when you discover.
If you're looking for a challenge, push yourself further. It begins when you enlist as a soldier in the U.S. Army. You'll be trained in one of more than 150 career fields and could earn even more money for college if you qualify. To find out more, visit your local Army recruiter or log on to goarmy.com. Tacoma with the basketball. Now they throw it into back court. Are they going to say it was touched? Yeah, it was not touched, so it's going to be turned over to Walla Walla. If you were picking chalk, this was not the bracket to be picking chalk.
No, this is the 4 seed versus a 3 seed in the 2 different respective regions, or the 3 out of the 4 respective regions. But it's a championship. We don't care what the seeds are, Tom.
Bakalarski with a floater that skies up and in. It opens up a 7-point lead for Walla Walla. Underneath, turnover. Grabbed by Tillman. Give it off to his backcourt guy, Radliff, who brings it up. Thompson up fake for a 3. Didn't take it. And they'll now reset the offense here. Give it off to Gabe Porter, and a foul is going to be called. Push foul is going to be called on Khalil Thompson. His first personal foul, third team. So they'll throw it in from the near side here as we are 2 stories up above the floor at the Walt Price Student Fitness Center here at Everett. Looking for Tillman down low. I don't think he was expecting it. Porter usually shoots from out there. Here's a 3 ball on the way. Rattles off. No good by Thompson. Kept alive by Walla Walla. They'll have another 30 to try to shoot another one. Down low they go to Tillman. Turns, spins, fires. Hook won't go. Saved by Wyatt, but then he threw it out of bounds. Wyatt was falling out of bounds. Thought maybe somebody would cut back that's wearing the same color shirt he is, and they didn't.
The one thing he did right there, Tom, is I appreciate it. He didn't throw it in right directly under his hoop, hoping for somebody there.
Yeah.
You never want to save that ball on your own defensive baseline and try to throw it back into the key, hoping for a team to be there. If you don't see someone, you don't have someone, it's better to just take the turnover and land out of bounds than to give a free, easy lay-in.
Long outside shot, up, and it is good. That is Gabe Porter who puts it down. He's got 11 points in the ball game. It's a 10-point lead for Walla Walla. 18-8. Ravion Bell lost the handle on it momentarily, and now it's going to be picked off here by Gabe Porter. Here comes Walla Walla out of backcourt. Dribble drive going in, laying up good by Landon Radliff. And we're going to have a 30-second timeout. We're going to keep it here. We're going to go downstairs. Let's go down to Keith Neely down the sideline. You got something for me, Keith?
Hey there, Tom. Interesting timeout, not this particular one, but the one in the media timeout just before this. I was eavesdropping on the Walla Walla Warriors and head coach Jeff Rydland. He came over and kneeled in front of the starting 5 at the bench and said not one thing. A silent coach in a timeout.
Okay, Coach Boyer, what does that mean? You're really, really mad.
Actions speak louder than words. It's a technique I have yet to use myself. There are some times I've been speechless, not always in the best of way, but whatever he didn't say, obviously, is working well for his team right now, up with a 20-8 lead.
Well, I've seen it where the coach gets up, walks up and down the front of the players that are on the bench, sees nobody that's gonna help. He sits back down.
Absolutely.
Like, I got nothing.
There's been times I look to sub a player in, you're like, well, they're all out there already. Well, we're going to roll what we got.
When do the good players get here? The double pump fake, and then the shot up, and it is good. That is Stephen Shaw from Foss High School. Puts it up and in, pulls them to within 10 again. It was a 12-point lead, and now the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by Gabe Porter, so it'll go right back over to Tacoma.
And right now, Walla Walla's running with trying to get Bo Tillman with that high screen for Porter and then spreading the court with shooters and letting Porter kind of dictate the offense as he sees fit. Right there that time, just unfortunately off his knee.
That's Khalil Wyatt trying to back in. Kicks it instead to Dayton Pasqua, and the ball is going to be, again, another turnover. That's 5 turnovers on Tacoma. Got to hold on to the basketball before you can put it into the hoop.
Well, I'll tell you, Landon Radliff, sorry, Tom, really has some sticky fingers. Hasn't got many steals, but gets a lot of tips.
Here's a turnaround jumper, good from top of the key. Dalton Thompson back now to a 13-point lead. A runner by Wyatt, no. Rebound grabbed down by Radliff. Boy, Tacoma's coming down getting one shot, and then Walla Walla's just taking it away from him.
Well, and I'm just going to be honest, I don't even think it's often a good shot. Just a lot of times right now, it's just a first shot they see they're putting up.
Gabe Porter threatening to make the Walla Walla Warriors run away and hide in this one. Of course, in the women's game that was just completed, won by Spokane 76-73, there was an 18-point lead, and that evaporated for Walla Walla coming back. Spokane eventually won it in overtime 76-73, but they had led by 18. We thought that was going to be a blowout. It became a barn burner and an overtime game.
Well, as anybody who's watched basketball long enough, Tom, you just barely long enough, I'll say, there's no lead that is ever quite safe. I think all coaches believe that, I'd say. I don't care if you're up 20, 25, 30. I want more.
Shaw, that shot should have gone down for Shaw. They're just not going down for Tacoma. That one went deep and came right back out. Brandon Porter now in the lineup for Walla Walla. Bakalarski looking for a screen. Couldn't find one. Goes to Porter again. Now down to Tillman again. They like him down there. That's why.
Boy, Tillman sure has that real pretty baby hook. Loves his right hand. Hasn't gone to his left hand at all yet with that hook shot. I would love to see defensively push him to that other shoulder and see what he can do with that left hand. But right now, it's sure working for him.
That's Carter going in. His floater won't go. Gets his own rebound. Stays in bounds. Looking for a slam. They're going to have a travel call.
And he absolutely did. Was hoping to get up. Was more concerned about going off 2 feet for that big slam he was hoping for, and didn't get a bounce down first.
And he missed a slam anyway.
Yes, he did.
So it wasn't going to happen even if he hadn't traveled.
He missed it better than I would have missed it, though, Tom, so I'm not going to comment for him.
Good point right there. 17-point lead, and Walla Walla with the basketball. Bakalarski, short arms, that one no good. Carter, rebound for Tacoma. Picked off, back the other way, Radliff. Brings it down himself, thinks better of it. Saw a bunch of black shirts in front of him. Said, let's set up the half-court offense. Oh, but I'll take it now and lay it up and in.
What a savvy take.
He lulled him to sleep.
Oh, boy. He waited. Oh, there's an opening. I'll go.
So we're going to have a timeout on the floor. The lead is 19. We step aside. Walla Walla out big right here on STSPN.com. At Everett Community College, the men's NWAC basketball championship. So far, all Walla Walla leading by 19 points. Tacoma better get busy. That's Wyatt. Splits the defense, goes in. Can't hit the lay-in. They get one shot at it. Seems to be the rule here. As now we head up floor for Walla Walla with the basketball. Bakalarski. Oh, be a block foul on Wyatt. He kind of looked back at the official and says, I don't think so. And the official says 1-1.
I think it was clipping more right there.
Yeah.
With more than one thing I'm noticing on Tacoma and on the offense, when they take that shot, Tom, they don't have anybody crashing the boards. It's literally the shooter himself, if they're in the lane, is the closest person within 15 feet of the hoop. Really working on getting back, which I understand because this Walla Walla team loves to push the tempo, but you got to send at least one to crash the boards right now, I would hope.
That's a three, won't go for Thompson. Tacoma with the basketball. That's Thompson. Khalil Thompson going in, shuttles a pass over, laying up and good. Stephen Shaw gets it from Foss High School. And it's 29-12. Now Radliff. Back over to Bakalarski. Down it goes for a three ball for Colin Bakalarski out of South Kitsap. And it's a 20-point lead for Walla Walla.
Bakalarski, great job. Hand in his face, but you can tell he doesn't look at the hand. He looks at the hoop, looks at his target, doesn't worry about that hand in his face. Just focuses on what he needs to be shooting at, which is definitely what younger kids want to think about when they're learning to shoot.
Powers goes down, back out to Thompson. Long three, won't go. And the rebound corralled by Radliff. Landon Radliff brings it up. Looks for a screen. Tillman sets a lot of screens. Here he is.
He sure does.
He's everybody's favorite player.
Absolutely, and he rolls real well often, Tom. Really like what his action up top, sets lots of screens. A little bit of a blocker mover offense where just one guy is meant to be the blocker, the screener. Nobody else uses him.
The three is no good, but the putback is good by Powers. That original three by Trey Fountain missed it, and then Powers put it back up and in, and it's 32-14. The lead for Walla Walla. And now Warriors with the basketball again. Bakalarski swing it to Brandon Porter, now to Tillman again. They're getting it down to him. That gets his own rebound. Rifles it right back out for a three that goes down for Porter. So he missed a shot, got a rebound, and got an assist.
And Tillman, you can just see the presence of mind he has, never panics. All of a sudden got doubled down from the corner, which one thing you definitely – I hate seeing that double down from the strong side there, Tom. Ball's on that block. Don't double down from there. Easy kick out 3-point.
There's Fountain, misses, goes to the deck. He'll go to the free throw line. I can see Tillman, Bo Tillman out of Genesee, Idaho, all Boyer team.
I'm a fan. I don't care if he scores or not. I just like the action he has, whether it's defensively or offensively, trying to be that facilitator from the post. Really like what he's bringing to the floor for his team.
Time out of the floor. We'll step aside. Walla Walla 35, Tacoma 14. Back right after this.
Aviation warrant officers deal in high-pressure situations, life-saving disaster rescues, delivering soldiers and payloads to critical areas, and engaging enemy targets. Supported by an aviation mechanic team on the ground, guard pilots control the sky.
Local farmers markets are a convenient place to get fresh, healthy food and products for your family.
We're back. A 35-14 Walla Walla lead over Tacoma. Keith Neely sideline listening in on TJ Call talk to his Tacoma Titans. He says, we're not playing Titans basketball. That's the first point. We need to play what we've done all year. And the second point, can't turn the ball over.
Yeah, Joel Boyer, you can't turn the ball over that many times. And you've got to get some rebounds.
Absolutely not. It's way too many turnovers. Just feels a little discombobulated right now. Not quite the flow they're looking for, whether it be some of the I don't know what you want to call the melee that happened yesterday, or
that's what we need is a fight.
No, we don't need another one.
Okay.
But whether that altered a few things for them mentally, not sure. But they just have not been able to find a rhythm for those Titans.
That's Trey Fountain at the free throw line. Hit one, missed one. And the rebound grabbed by Gary Engstrom for Walla Walla. Engstrom out of Caldwell, Idaho. Bakalarski behind the back. They go left side. Also in there now, Trace Tiller out of Burns, Oregon. Looking down low to Engstrom. Back out to Tiller. Tiller dribbles in, puts it up, double pump, falls in. He drops to the floor. The ball drops through the hoop, and it's back to a 37-15, 22-point lead. That's their biggest lead of the game.
Coach Jeff Reinland has some subs in for the Walla Walla Warriors, but things have not changed even in the last 30 seconds they've been in. Tiller with that great take finish.
No good for Bethea, again, surrounded by Walla Walla players. And they will get the rebound and bring it up, leading by 22. Bakalarski rims off, no good. Powers grabs the rebound for the Tacoma Titans. And now they're going to have a block foul here on Brandon Porter. They got it to Khalil Thompson, and then he just kind of turned and ran into Brandon Porter. His first personal foul, sixth team foul. Porter out of Eastmont High School in Wenatchee.
Well, and Powers got a little lucky right there, feeding his teammate Thompson, put him in a real bad position, the defender coming up on him. Luckily for their sake, for the Tacoma Titans' sake, it was called a block, but really put his teammate in a bad position that either could have been a travel or a block.
Khalil Thompson look to penetrate here, kicks it back out to Trey Fountain, 15 to shoot. I think that's the first time I've talked about the shot clock. Neither of these teams taking a lot of time, and here's a turnover.
Wait, we have a shot clock?
Yeah. They can just turn
They don't need it.
That sucker off, but they don't need it today.
They can save the energy.
Tiller, don't say that. The clock on the right end has been going on and off in the first weekend. Here's a rattle off, no good by Thompson. Rebound, Tacoma. Powers brings it up. Stops, pops for three. Offline, no good. And Trace Tiller with the rebound for Walla Walla. Bakalarski elevates, fires, gets fouled, missed it. He's sitting on the seat of his pants above the NWAC logo. And while you're looking at the NWAC logo, we can tell you to be sure to check out the NWAC on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for all the latest NWAC news. Also visit nwacsports.org for the most recent information on schedules, scores, stats, and more. You opening a beer down there? What do you do? Wow.
I think that was Buddy Patrick on the stats there, possibly.
That's Bakalarski at the line. It's not quite that far. Well, it is. It's 23 points.
And right now for Coach TJ Call for the Titans, this is one of those things you got to really impress upon your players. We need to play our style, as we heard Keith Neely told us. He talked about the timeout. Play our style, play Titan basketball. The thing I really hope they have within that Titan basketball framework is getting defensive stops. Right now, there's no 23, 24-point shot that'll get you back in this game. There's nothing like that. You just need to stay the course, play your style of basketball, get a bucket, a stop, a bucket. Basketball is a game of runs. Start just mini runs as you go and see if you can't get back into it.
William Moore, that shot goes down. That's a 3-ball up and good. They're going to Moore with the bucket, and it's 39-18. Now that's Tiller. Swing it to Dalton Thompson. Thompson into traffic, back out to Tiller, and he goes down. And a foul is going to be called here. And I think they're going to grab Dayton Pasqua out of Tacoma Baptist High School in Tacoma for the foul. That's his first personal, 6th team. He had a little conversation with the officials.
I've yet to see a player be able to talk an official out of a foul they've already called.
Double team down low. Porter got rid of the basketball. Tiller will get rid of the basketball in 3-point style and drain it. 42-18.
What a fantastic extra pass by Thompson right there. Dalton Thompson, the ball kicked out to him. Defender flying him, one more pass. What a great assist.
Dribbling in, travel by Pasqua. Well, in Tacoma last night, there was the fight. There were 4 players that left the bench area, and they're kicked out of the game, so they're playing with 6. How many times we've seen it, and we've seen it up and down from the NCAA to 7th grade basketball. Adversity, and you come together, and you play well, and you get a win.
Absolutely, and the adversity does 2 things. It's either going to really pull you apart at the seams, or it's going to push you together. And last night, it was able to push these Titans together. For whatever reason today, the adversity they're facing right now is a different kind, and a 24, it looks like, 26-point deficit. See if this adversity might push them together.
Yeah, Gary Engstrom with the bucket there inside. Of course, there has to do with who you're playing, too.
That is a big way of saying it, yes.
Long outside shot won't go. Up it goes to Porter. Reverse lay, no good. Follow up by Tiller won't go. Rebound going to be controlled by Tacoma. And back the other way. Going in, that's 10 turnovers. A swat there by Ravion Bell. They're going to call goaltending. Basket interference and a goaltend. And we'll break here with 4:24 to play in the first half. It's Walla Walla 46, Tacoma 18. Back to Everett Community College right here at STSPN.com.
Let's see, I graduated from high school in 2008, went to UW for a year, came back to Spokane. You know, graduated, wasn't really sure what I was gonna do, so I headed to Spokane Falls. I feel like the energy in Spokane is evolving. Having a good, accessible college right here in town is a really important part of that. So I just started working at Helvetica, which is a local design firm. The Falls definitely prepared me for getting a good job right out of college.
My name is Morgan Lynch. This is my college, my community.
Let's go down to Keith Neely working with us, and you're eavesdropping again.
Absolutely. I got big earmuffs and big ears down here, and the coach call in the Tacoma Titans timeout. Very repetitive statement. He said it about 8 times, but that is slow the pace down. We have got to dictate pace.
And Walla Walla, Joel Boyer would just soon run laps around this track we're sitting on here above the floor.
Absolutely, and they look like they could run all day long. They're very excited. Their bench has a lot of passion. You can see they get very excited for whoever's in the game. Anything good happens, they're up cheering. You can just see it's an infectious thing. When players on the bench are excited, when you get in the game, that excitement carries over, and their rhythm and their flow is impressive right now.
Ravion Bell with the miss, cleared again by Walla Walla. It'll be interesting to see the rebounding totals when we get to halftime. There's a long outside 3 ball that won't go for Gabe Porter, and it's going to be up the floor again. Tacoma with it. Ascari Carter. Now Pasqua looking to penetrate. They're going to call a foul. Seemed to not a lot of hand check there, but enough that they're going to call a foul.
Yeah, I think there was enough as he's trying to turn the corner there. You could see he was bumped off his line.
So Dayton Pasqua goes to the line. That's going to be the second personal foul on Brandon Porter, the 7th team foul. So the team fouls have now reached the point where we've got some 1-on-1 action coming up here, and Pasqua will be at the line. Averages 5.2 points per ball game out of Tacoma Baptist. On the way, first one is good. 46-19. First points of the ball game for Dayton Pasqua.
As we talk about the three-point shooting for Walla Walla, they have 6 guys on their team that have shot over 60 threes this year.
Next free throw is good. They attempted more than 1,000 on the year.
Yes, and when you're shooting that many three-pointers, attempting them, they're going to go down. You're going to have that many start to fall, and that's one thing you can see is there's substitutions happen. We see an inspired Titans defensive possession right here, really getting in, getting a steal right there by Pasqua.
He gets it, goes in, reverse lay-in, good. Well, like you always said, and last night Bryce Levine working with us, bucket and a stop. Bucket and a stop. That's what you have to do.
Create mini runs within the game and see what you can end up with as you get closer and closer to.
Here's Porter, gets leveled as he lets go with a 3. Very short. Scrap for the rebound. It's going to be won by Pasqua. So he's picked up a couple of rebounds here. Kind of injected some energy, some life into the Tacoma Titans. He's got the basketball now. He'll stop. He'll pull up and put it up from a 2-point range. Won't go. And the rebound by Gary Engstrom for Walla Walla.
It just seems like there's a hesitancy from the Walla Walla players. I'm not sure if I don't believe it's a coaching philosophy or whatnot. There's just like a hesitancy to get inside that key to really anticipate rebounds coming off in the offensive end. I understand not wanting to give up, commit 2, 3, 4 guys the offensive rebounding and give up a fast break the other way, but just one. See if you can't have 1 or 2 guys in there to crash those boards and see what can happen.
First personal foul on Carter, 7th team foul. And that's Landon Radliff at the line. Puts the first one in. They're at 47 points here. 48 points in the first half. And Tacoma now, as Pasqua brings it up. Ravion Bell way out high. Boy, he just eyed the hoop like, I should really shoot a 3 here. Kind of whistle away from the ball. And I think Bell's going to, is he going to the free throw line? He is. And they're going to call the foul here. It's going to be on Dalton Thompson, his second personal, 8th team foul. So Ravion Bell from Hartsville, South Carolina goes to the line. The West Division Defensive Player of the Year in the NWAC.
The athleticism you see that a player like Bell can bring to this league, it's not surprising to me that he was Defensive Player of the Year.
Missed a free throw. Bakalarski comes out of there with the basketball. Didn't elevate. Had not enough teammates with him yet. That's Trace Tiller back to Bakalarski. They'll just kind of play the weave here. Landon Radliff feeds it. Tiller, lay in, good.
I really like the switching man-to-man up top, switching all screens up top, almost a matchup zone, if you will, for the Titans right there. But great presence of mind by the Warriors to back cut that. Perfect offense to combat that defense.
Pasqua with the banker up and in. It's a 26-point lead, 50-24. Now Bakalarski, little stutter step there, and he'll put up for a 15-footer that goes in. He can hit him from anywhere on the floor.
Goodness gracious, not only is he not shy about shooting the ball, but he's unconscious, just feeling comfortable. That hoop's starting to look huge to him.
Pasqua, he's kind of come alive here. A little, like we mentioned, a little bit of infusion of energy for Tacoma, and he puts the bucket in there. Bakalarski down to Tillman, backs in, turns, faces, hooks it up, no good. Rebound, William Moore. Bring it up himself. And
Hook shot by Tillman's definitely necessary when you're facing the shot blocking presence inside of Ravion Bell.
Pasqua splits the defense, goes in. Can't get the lay-in to drop, and Radliff will grab the board for the Warriors. Inside 40 seconds to play now in the first half. Very quickly played first half. Tillman out for Bakalarski. Rattles off, no good. Pasqua with the rebound. They'll play for, it's about a 1 second differential. Almost 2. I was told there'd be no math in this gig.
You did it right, though, Tom. You did it right.
Okay. Pasqua, they'll just wait, play for 1 shot. I don't know. Double score, 52-26. Do you play for 1 shot? Seems like you need as many shots as you can get. Or you don't want to let the other guys have another shot. How about a 3 by the big guy? No. Put back? No. So Bell misses, Moore misses, and that will end the first half of action. Keith Neely's going to check in with the leading head coach, Jeff Rhineland, here. He's got a big lead, a double score at 52-26 heading into the halftime locker room. And Keith will make his way down there. Coach is going to get a cool drink of something, and let's go down to Keith.
Hi there, I'm with Coach Rhineland here. Big first half, and it's dictated mostly by Warriors setting the pace and the energy through the first half. What's been more impressive on the offensive or the defensive energy for you?
I think for the most part, the offensive energy. I mean, we've done well on defense. They came out with good energy too. You know, Zero came out and went right at us and hit a 3, and I thought they had good energy. But, you know, we've hit so many shots, I think it's kind of taken a little bit of the wind out of their sails. But, you know, they're a good basketball team, and I know they're going to come back. We got to come out and get the same energy again. You know, I mean, anytime you got to lead at half, boy, you just got to keep your guys focused. But our energy on both ends has been good.
All right, there you go, Tom.
Thank you very much. Keith Neely with the head coach of the Walla Walla Warriors, Jeff Rhineland. Olympic College is a great place to hit the field and the books. Earn your associate degree, then transfer to university, or slide into home and earn your bachelor degree without leaving Kitsap County. Learn more at olympiccollege.info/athletics. Our score at the half, it's Walla Walla 52, Tacoma 26. We're going to keep it right here. We're going to take a break. We'll take a break. Walla Walla 52, Tacoma 26. This is STSPN.com.
Are you interested in learning about a career in criminal justice? Big Bend Community College has 2 degree options. One will prepare you for transfer to a university, and the other will teach you the basic skills many employers are looking for in entry-level applicants. Many graduates have started exciting careers in law enforcement, corrections, and forensics. Students gain experience and networking opportunities through hands-on training with local law enforcement. Local officers, attorneys, and judges visit classes to share expertise, actively recruit, or help with fun campus activities like our mock trial and crash simulation. Students tour local prisons, visit courts and law enforcement agencies to see how criminal justice works in our area. We offer classes in a variety of formats to provide flexibility for our students, and our advisors will help you along the way to meet your specific academic goals. Come see if a career in criminal justice is right for you. Big hopes, big dreams, big successes at Big Bend Community College.
This is my classroom. These are my school supplies. This is my laboratory. These are my assignments. This is my study group. This is my career. Apply and enroll now to the NIC Pharmacy Technology Program. North Idaho College. Start here, go anywhere.
People often ask, what is it you do? I'm an Idaho Army National Guard soldier. But then again, it's not that simple. You see, I'm more than a weekend warrior. It's a continuous effort every day. Yeah, there's extremely long hours, but it's worth it. I love my job. It's like anything else. My profession is whatever I want to make of it. I get to do the incredible things most people dream of. The men and women I serve with are dedicated to being a premier force. It's amazing when you see my entire unit work together. When push comes to shove and we receive that order, we put steel on target. I'm always ready to be called upon to serve our nation. But in the meantime, I train.
Present. Oh!
I serve and protect my neighbors while defending their right to freedom. I'm an Idaho community asset that stands among our citizens. The boundaries I once thought I had are continuously tested and broadened. So there you have it. People will not always know who I am or what I do. But that's alright, because I do.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Our Mitsubishi ductless heat pumps allow you to control the temperature in each room separately, all of which can be controlled from your smartphone or tablet. Because we are the mini split experts here in Washington, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electrical today or visit us at gsheating.com.
The commercial pilot program at Big Bend teaches students to fly and gives them the ratings and certificates necessary to work as a commercial pilot. Many of our students come to the commercial pilot program with little or even no aviation experience. They'll start flying an aircraft on day 2, and they progress through training with an instructor to flying the aircraft by themselves, traveling to other airports throughout the Northwest, and they get to learn to fly in a variety of different aircraft. Our students are all scheduled to fly twice a week at a minimum, and they will attend aviation ground school courses that are taught here on campus by the same instructors they fly with. The program operates 23 aircraft, mostly single-engine trainers. We also have multi-engine aircraft, as well as a float plane and a tailwheel aircraft. Moses Lake offers great weather for aviation and for training, with 5 runways at the airport, 13 approaches, a tower, and radar control. Our students also have the opportunity to operate in airspace that includes Boeing jets, the military, and lots of other flight training and testing activities.
At NIC, we believe in investing in our future, one built with dedicated, skilled, and hardworking people. And with the new career and technical education facility at North Idaho College, the future is bright. Today's students are tomorrow's workforce, and North Idaho College's career and technical education program will provide the training that will get you the job. Together, let's build the future. North Idaho College. Start here, go anywhere.
I'm Mike Marzetta from Mind's Eye. Mind's Eye Robotics is a hands-on STEM education experience. We teach the teachers how to implement the curriculum in the lab, and 90% of it is them building, programming, inventing. We want the kids to come home from school and go, wow, I did the coolest thing today, and they're thinking I'm having too much fun and I can't put this dang project down. When STCU supports learning, they're supporting our future. What is a better place to help the greater good than helping kids? I'm Mike Marzetta, and STCU is here for good.
My game's developed 100% since I've been here in the Bay Area. Getting to the NBA is a major accomplishment, but surviving in the NBA is a totally new challenge. The way that I see the game now is all because of the experiences I've had in the last 7 years. It's all been an amazing journey.
LCC has definitely prepared me to transfer to Oregon State because it's helped me with my study skills. I'm a much harder worker than I was in high school.
I had a great support base by the staff, and I've made some great friends that I think I'll carry on with my life.
I've definitely loved my classes. I've learned a lot. It's been a healthy environment.
Don't be afraid to branch out. The people here are awesome. I'm going to be in it for a while, but down the road I'll be finishing up and be ready to join the workforce.
Let's see, I graduated from high school in 2008, went to UW for a year, came back to Spokane. You know, graduated, wasn't really sure what I was going to do, so I headed to Spokane Falls. I feel like the energy in Spokane is evolving. Having a good, accessible college right here in town is a really important part of that. So I just started working at Helvetica, which is a local design firm. The Falls definitely prepared me for getting a good job right out of college.
My name is Morgan Lynch. This is my college, my community.
Ends with Brooks getting 3 free.
And welcome back here to the Walt Price Student Fitness Center here at Everett Community College. Tom Lafferty along with Joel Boyer and Keith Neely at the half of the men's championship game. Walla Walla with a 52-26 lead over Tacoma. So a double score. Boy, it's been tough so far for the Tacoma Titans. We're going to get a word with the head coach here for just a moment here down with Keith Neely on the sideline. Keith?
TJ Call and TJ, your team not used to being down this Titan basketball, not used to being at a deficit they are right now. Walla Walla shooting 54% from the field. What's the plan to stop them?
We just prayed. We went in there and prayed and said, please, God, let us make a whole bunch of shots and them not make very many.
It's one way to win basketball games. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
There you go. Thanks very much. I tell you what, that's what you need, Joel Boyer.
That might be the best philosophy for the Titans, unfortunately, right now. Only we can smile and joke a little bit about it because Coach TJ Call is as well. Down 52-26. I guess if the coach side of me, if I'm going to try to break anything down, is to say, clearly it cannot be just at one end of the court. You need to commit to both ends of the court. It cannot just be an offensive intensity. It needs to be an offensive and defensive intensity. So look for the Titans hopefully to come out communicating on defense, rebounding a little better, and start to hope that they can have the Warriors go a little cold on them.
Well, that's the main thing is we're watching shot after shot go in here for the mainly for Walla Walla. You got to get rebounds.
Absolutely, and
pray that the other team starts missing.
Right. I mean, there's a lot of. I mean, there were obviously missed shots. I mean, Walla Walla is shooting 54%, but that means that almost half their shots are coming off. Unfortunately, though, there's not as many rebounds going the way of the Titans. Rebounding margins, the Titans are only out-rebounded by 4, which is shocking to both of us.
Right.
But I think also it's that feeling of it's kind of situational rebounds, too, I think. I don't think, as I'm looking at the stat sheet here, I don't believe there is necessarily a second chance points. There's only 2 second chance points for Tacoma. One of those things, they're just not able to generate extra possessions, extra shots. They can maybe run some more clock. Because of that, Walla Walla, who loves to push the pace, loves to score, they average score 90 points a game. And as we talked about last night, they shot 42 three-pointers. Love to shoot the three, love to run, get a lot of possessions up. Offensive rebounds by the Titans can slow that pace down and hopefully start to create a little bit of a flow. And again, there's no 26-point shot, Tom. You got to do it over the course of 20 minutes in the second half.
Swinovich Casino and Lodge includes 98 luxury rooms overlooking Padilla Bay and the San Juan Islands. Dine at 13 Moons Restaurant, which features flavors of hand-cut alderwood grilled seafood meats and the freshest flavors of the Northwest. Play more than 800 of the latest slot titles and table games, including blackjack, craps, roulette, and pie gow. For more information on events and promotions, visit SwinovichCasinoandLodge.com. So here we go, second half to get underway. Walla Walla up big, double score, 52-26. And on the alternating possession, would you know it, Walla Walla will have it to start the second half. And we are back underway, and they're going to call over and back. 3 seconds in, and Walla Walla will commit an over and back off the inbounds play. I'm not sure that I've ever seen that.
Well, Tacoma needs a lot of things to go right for him, and there's the first one, Tom. One thing down.
Baby steps. Baby steps. How about that? A three up and good. That's a 3-ball up and in for the Tacoma Titans, and it's in by Khalil Thompson.
Felt like deja vu all over again right there. It's an identical way to how the first half was begun.
And now going through, waiting for again. That happened in the first half, too. It's going to be deja vu here. Gay Porter got down low, waited for a couple of defenders to fly by. They did. He laid it up and in, out to a 54-29 lead. Underneath, lay-in, no good. Askari Carter with a miss for Tacoma, and Walla Walla brings it out of backcourt. Landon Radliff with the basketball. Gives it off to Porter. Now to Tillman, way out high. Back up, and we're going to call a foul.
An offensive foul call, and Porter did. It was subtle, but good call by a officiating crew right there. Subtle, but definitely as he pulled up on that dribble, use that off arm to kind of create a little extra space.
And Gay Porter picks up his third personal foul, first team foul. Eric Chesley, Mike Stephenson, and Jacob Burkhart are the officials here in this championship ball game. 3-ball up good for Khalil Thompson.
Thompson doing his part early on. We got the scoring that's starting to happen for Tacoma. Now let's see if we can't get a little bit of defense also occurring.
Radliff kicks it out to Porter. Down it goes to Tillman, off the glass and in. But get to the big guy, and he did. Bo Tillman out of Genesee, Idaho with the bucket. He averages 8.6 points per ball game. Going down, Powers puts it off the glass and in. That is Jordan Powers, Stadium High School in Tacoma. 56-34, 22-point lead. Now, as you mentioned, well, either a stop or an unforced error. They'll take either one, and Dalton Thompson has to go off his fingertips and out of bounds, and that'll bring Jeff Rhineland off the bench, and he's going to slow things down here and talk to his team. He'll take a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here.
That's a little 8-4 run right there by the Tacoma Titans. You don't need it all back at one time. You don't need it all back at one time, and that's one thing that just a couple minutes into this second half, it's already +4 for them this half. It's one of those things, as we talked about, Tom, there's no 26-point shot or anything like that. We just can't keep beating it, but continue to play your style of game. Coach TJ Call talked about it in his timeout in the first half. Play Titan basketball.
EVCC trivia time. Why do 19,000 students choose Everett Community College every year? The answer, we have cutting-edge technology. We'll teach you how to use it. Register now for spring classes at everettcc.edu. The women's final already in from earlier this afternoon. Spokane beat Walla Walla 76-73 in overtime. The first Spokane women's title since they won it actually back-to-back in 82 and 83. So Spokane wins it on the women's side. Walla Walla leading big here, 56-34 on the men's side here in the nightcap. 30 games over 2 weekends here at Everett Community College. And they'd like to maybe extend that and have some games here year after year because we just love this facility.
You started me talking about it, and I've only been in it as a high school coach and getting to appreciate this wonderful facility. But I'll just keep talking about it. It's a phenomenal place. I'm not sure there's one that rivals it in the Whatcom, Skagit, or Snohomish counties.
Khalil Wyatt will pick up the foul. That'll be his third personal foul, first team foul. So Wyatt with the foul for Tacoma. Walla Walla takes the basketball, leading by 22. Radliff to Bakalarski. Colin Bakalarski over the left side to Thompson. That 3-guard set. Now down to the big guy. Kick it right back outside. Bakalarski evades one defender. Goes up over the top of Bell. Can't hit it. Comes off no good. Carter out of backcourt. Stolen away. Bakalarski gets it back. Going in. Laying up good by Landon Radliff. So Bakalarski made up for the miss on one end by getting the tap-away steal, and then into the hands of Radliff for the bucket. Long outside shot won't go. Bell with the rebound for Tacoma. Off the glass on a hook shot, no good. And then Askari Carter kind of had everybody depart him, and he put it up and in. Then trying a little full court defense here. And Radliff, we're going to have a foul called.
They're going to call it a double foul right there. Both ways, both on 0 on each team.
So they have Porter, his third, Thompson for Tacoma, his second. They were just kind of giving each other the business coming up the floor.
Well, Thompson was really working to deny Radliff, the starting point guard for Walla Walla, trying to deny him the basketball, hoping they can maybe make other players make decisions on running the offense. Then he got switched on to Carter, and they're still jawing at each other a little bit, which might want to be careful not to get another double.
So they will resume from the point of interruption, and it'll be Walla Walla basketball dribbling in. Maybe a little too fancy, trying to kick it back out, and then stolen right back. Radliff had the turnover. Porter gets it back off the steal. Now that's Thompson between the circles. Porter has a hand on him. Now Bakalarski gives it to Thompson. Cross court, near side. Radliff dribbles into trouble is what he does, and then gets it over. Saved from going out of bounds to Bakalarski, but now intercepted and grabbed there by Ravion Bell. And Tacoma will have the basketball. Not a good possession there by the Warriors. And then a shot off balance by Khalil Thompson won't go. The rebound by Bell, back up and in. It's to a 20-point lead now for Walla Walla.
Just slowly chip into that 26-point halftime deficit. Just slowly chip into it. Titans are doing that right now.
Landon Radliff gets about a half a dozen players off their feet, and then there's a turnover on a travel. Well, another empty possession for Walla Walla. Tacoma with the basketball. That's 4 turnovers here in this half against Walla Walla. And then Powers is injured in some way. He's trying to run it off. Doubled over in pain.
Powers took that, what might have been a charge or block call, but it was called a travel beforehand. Looks like Powers might have taken a knee to some area that he didn't want to take one.
Here's a shot, no good by Khalil Thompson. He's on the floor. And Powers is doubled over in pain, and he is on his knees. And he is not comfortable. And, boy.
No, and I think he's going to be just fine, but he's going to be uncomfortable for a bit of time, I'm guessing.
It's easier for you to say from up here on the second deck.
As I drink my Diet Coke and tell him you'll be fine soon, son. It's okay.
Having your pina colada here from the
from the Sky Lounge.
So,
have we talked about what a great venue this is up here, Tom? It's a great venue. They need to have it here for years to come.
Free throw, first one is good for Khalil Thompson. For Porter, that's his 4th personal foul. I noticed Keith Neely's just kept his big mouth shut there on that whole exchange. Next one by Thompson is good.
Well, Powers head back to the locker room there to try to go take things, but he was jogging off. See if he can't work himself out.
Now down to 18 points. The lead for Walla Walla. They have the basketball. A few empty possessions here the last few times down. Bakalarski, well, there's another one. Well, who's going to get it? Scrum for it. Looked more like rugby there. Then everybody stands up. And who's going to have it? They're going to say jump ball. Arrow goes to Tacoma. Well, another empty possession for Walla Walla. The lead is 58-50.
You know, Coach Jeff Reinland talking to Keith Neely right before halftime, before he went into halftime, saying we have to come out with the same intensity, the same focus we have in the first half, and his team definitely has shown not quite that same intensity and focus as they've had their lead of 26 cut down to 18 now. Let's see if the Titans can't continue to get a little bit of a momentum continuing to run right now.
I'm not sure that's the shot that TJ Call was looking for from Khalil Thompson.
I actually know it wasn't the shot he was looking for. Definitely not the result, but now, hey, forget about it and let's go play some defense.
Yeah, the 28-foot air ball not in the repertoire here. That's Tiller with it. Now to Thompson. Back in the corner to Trace Tiller out of Burns, Oregon. Long outside shot. Up it goes, and down it goes for Walla Walla's Dalton Thompson from Post Falls, Idaho. The lead is back out to 21 points now, 61-40.
Not only was that about 26 or 27 feet out there, but he shot it over the 6'9" Defensive Player of the Year, Ravion Bell.
Bell right there, boy, he would have liked that lay-in to go and get the and one, but it's not. It's going to be two anyway for Bell at the free throw line.
And Bell's a 60% free throw shooter on the season. See if he can't make both these work for him.
First free throw won't go. Bounced everywhere except through. The foul was on Radliff, his fourth team foul. 15:08 to play in the NWAC Men's Basketball Championship game. Free throw next. Good for Ravion Bell. Now Walla Walla basketball up by 20. Radliff brings it up. Changes direction, almost went down, and then loses the basketball. Bell with it. Dribbles it himself out of backcourt and lost the handle on it and out of bounds.
That's one.
And I know coaches that say that's what guards are for. We have these little short guys that know how to dribble.
As a post, I don't always like my guards because I like to shoot those outside shots and hold the ball too long, but they are really good for something, my coach always said, and that's for dribbling the ball. So give it up to your gosh darn point guard, then get down inside, let them get the ball back to you.
20-point lead, media timeout under 15 at 14:53. Back with more right after this timeout.
City, USA. I use my brain, open lanes to the top of the game. I use my hand on any man that would try to contain me. Use my feet and compete like a knee to the death. I use my heart and it'll beat till I breathe my last breath. Hoop Fest 2017. Don't miss your shot.
So here we go. Welcome back to Everett. It's Walla Walla basketball. Tom Lafferty with Joel Boyer and Keith Neely. Buddy Patrick, our statistician tonight. Todd Elvig at the controls at STSPN.com and his gang of 1,000. Missed shot there by Walla Walla. They've been kind of stuck here on 61 for the last couple of trips down the floor. Pasqua with it for Tacoma. Now Thompson. Back out top, William Moore shoots an offline three, won't go. Bell grabs the rebound, goes in to the rack and lays it in.
And this is the flow. This is the Titans basketball that Coach TJ Call talked about that I'm really starting to appreciate now, seeing the second half what they've been able to come out with the intensity and really work on their defensive end of the court, limiting just 9 points so far. And actually they've held Bakalarski, who had the miss right there for the Warriors, held him scoreless so far in the second half, and he had a real nice first half scoring.
Here's Moore with a runner that won't go, and the rebound grabbed by Tillman for Walla Walla. The lead is 18 points. It was 26 a little bit ago. It was 26 at halftime, 52-26. Turnaround jumper on the way, down in a heap on a 3. No, they're going to say 2, I think. He was inside the red arc. So that's going to send Dalton Thompson to the free throw line. And the foul's going to be on Stephen Shaw. Picks up the foul. His first personal. Third team foul. Thompson at the line for the Warriors. Free throw is no good. Jordan Powers has gone back to the bench now, so he's back amongst the living on the Tacoma bench.
You know, one player we haven't seen too much of the second half for the Warriors is number 5, Gabe Porter, who led them in scoring the first half with 13 points. Haven't seen him too much the second half. He has 3 fouls, so he's definitely got to be careful, but you wonder, with a nice 18-point lead, you can afford to leave him on the bench for a little bit longer, but at some point you're going to want his scoring to come back.
Whistle, that was Thompson on the drive. He's going to go to the line. I think they said he was shooting. Yeah, he's going to go. And the foul will be on Trace Tiller with the foul, his first personal, 5th team. Free throw 1 is good for Khalil Thompson. Centennial High School in Las Vegas averages 21.1 points per ball game. He's a leading scorer during the regular season for Tacoma.
The Titans with these 5-team fouls on the Warriors of Walla Walla. 2 more and they'll be shooting free throws the rest of the way. That's one of the best things you can do when you're behind, is being able to score and increase your point total with the clock stopped and not moving. So look for the Titans maybe to try to force the issue by attacking the rim.
Rim out for Landon Radliff, kept alive by Bakalarski. Back to Radliff again. Tiller, 3-ball, air ball. They've had a couple of air balls, and that 26-point lead is at 10, just shaved right off of it.
And that was great defense by Trey Fountain for the Titans, running right at Tiller but making sure to avoid any contact and go past him. Really affected that shot.
Thompson laying no, ball out of bounds, hit by Shaw, I believe, and so it'll be right back over to Walla Walla. See what Tacoma's got it down to 16 points. Walla Walla's been stuck on 61. I said that a couple of minutes ago, and they still are. That's Tillman. We're going to say a foul called on his way up, so it will be free throws coming up here for Bo Tillman out of Genesee, Idaho. And the foul was whistled on Shaw, his second personal, 4th team. Tillman free throw good. The NWAC championship is on the line here. Walla Walla's longest winning streak during the year was 8 games. Free throw, rims off, no good, 62-45. Now Tacoma in the dark uniforms moving to our left. They have the basketball. Trey Fountain kicks it left side. Moore goes in, looking for Bell. Almost lost the handle on it. Retrieves it, turns, faces, puts it in.
That is a real pretty offensive mover. That quick spin, elevate, fade away in the lane. Real soft touch by Bell on that shot.
Down to 15 points the lead for Walla Walla. Radliff looks for a screen. And then he dribbles into traffic, so he gives off to Bakalarski. If anything happens that's bad, give it to number 4, and he'll just drain a 3-ball for you.
It's
all better.
Sure is a nice thing as a coach if you have a player like that.
Then quickly down the floor is Tacoma. Khalil Thompson lays it up and in. He's got 15 points in the ball game at 65-49. Up fake there. Thompson decided not to take it. They'll dump it down to Tillman, puts it up with the hook, won't go. And the foul's called on Bell. Will be called for the foul, and that's Tillman going to the free throw line for Bell. Only his first personal foul, 5th team foul.
And you obviously don't want to send players to the free throw line if you're Ravion Bell, but with only that one foul and the amazing hops he has, I'd like to see him try to be a little more active defensively around the rim. Tillman definitely is a different kind of player than Bell. Bell with the explosiveness, but not quite the weight that Tillman has, and Tillman's able to kind of back his way into that post presence. But love to see Bell start to try to affect some shots with that length and jumping ability.
67-49. Way out top side. 3 and down it goes for Trey. How about that for a name? Trey Fountain with the tray. And it's 67-52.
Oh, you're destined to be a good three-point shooter if your name's Trey, I swear.
How about if you wear number Trey, but that one won't go for Dalton Thompson. Stepped out of bounds, and it'll be right over to Tacoma. 15 points the lead. Gabe Porter continues to languish on the bench for Walla Walla.
He does have those 3 fouls, but with 11 minutes to go and just kind of missing a little bit of a rhythm, he definitely provided that early on.
Oh, that would have been big for Trey Fountain. He hit the NBA 3, but missed the lay-in, but was bailed out, and the ball went out of bounds. Last touch by Walla Walla, so it'll be Tacoma basketball, baseline inbounds, with a fresh 30 on the shot clock. Looking to Thompson. Now Bell gets it, turns, faces, airballs it. Airmailed it out of bounds, but it's saved and kept alive to Pasqua. Now down to Moore, went in for the slam dunk and didn't have the basketball when he got there. Got to the rim, didn't have the ball. Who does have the ball is Thompson for the laying up and good. Tacoma can't afford those empty possessions. Now going in, Thompson. Nothing but yellow shirts surrounding him as he went through, split the defense, missed the lay-in. Up the floor, feed it, lay-in, good for Tillman.
And this is the pace that got Tacoma in trouble in the first half as we see that lead get back up to 19. That was the pace that, whether Tacoma wants to go with that pace or not, that's the pace that Walla Walla loves to be at, and they're better than Tacoma tonight at that pace. So Tacoma has to work on making some more half-court possessions instead of trying to make this a full-court game.
Lay-in won't go, a miss by Fountain. Grabbed by Tacoma, then taken away by Walla Walla. Leading at 71-52. Under 10 minutes now to play in the basketball game. Radliff on the dribble. Guarded there by Fountain. Goes around a screen. Stops in the middle of the key to Bakalarski. Feeds it to Tillman off the glass. Too hard, no good. Moore grabs the rebound for Tacoma. That's Pasqua. Ran into 2 yellow shirts and said, let's reset this. Fountain with it. 15 to shoot. Fountain still with it. Down to 7 to shoot now. Pasqua behind the back, goes into the lane, puts it up, rattles off, no good. They used about 28 seconds and came away with 0.
Yeah, and long, deep possessions into the shot clock's not quite what the Titans are looking for, but definitely the Warriors are hoping for.
Now we have a timeout, and this will be the media timeout as well with 8:55 to play in the game. It's Walla Walla 71, Tacoma 52, the NWAC Men's Basketball Championship on STSPN.com.
The first day of school is kind of scary. You don't know your teachers yet or who your friends will be. But school is really important. It's how you learn things and grow.
Okay, I'm ready.
You're gonna do great, Mommy.
For you, for them, Clark College. Get started today at clark.edu.
At NIC, we believe in investing in our future. One built with dedicated, skilled, and hardworking people. And with the new career and technical education facility at North Idaho College, the future is bright. Today's students are tomorrow's workforce, and North Idaho College's career and technical education program will provide the training that will get you the job. Together, let's build the future. North Idaho College. Start here, go anywhere.
We welcome you back here to Everett. Let's go down to Keith Neely on the sidelines, who's been eavesdropping again.
TJ Call huddle with Tacoma. 2 things. Jordan Powers back off the bench. One word to him was go. And the second thing was we've got to double down on defense. We cannot allow the skip pass. So they're gonna concentrate the effort in D the rest of the way.
Here we go, Walla Walla basketball after the timeout. As they'll work it down low. Now back out for Thompson, and they're going to have a foul call. As Powers went by, just about ripped Dalton Thompson's arm out of the socket as he went by. And he's going to be called for the foul. That's going to be his third personal foul and the 6th team foul. So sideline out of bounds here for Bakalarski and Walla Walla.
And it sure is tough to double down if you're the Titans, as Coach Call's wanting them to. It's tough to double down when you have so many fantastic three-point shooters on the court. Who are you going to double off of and not have them hit you?
Inside, outside, air ball, out of bounds, and a turnover to Tacoma as Thompson couldn't drain the three. After it got down low to Tillman, he kicked it back out, and a miss. Time on the side of Walla Walla. They need fruitful possessions here. That runner won't go for Khalil Wyatt.
And something to keep in mind here, the Titans of Tacoma, they're winning the second half by 7. I mean, they're +7 in this half, and yet when you're down by 26 at halftime, that just means you're down by 19 now. So
yeah,
still a tough road to hoe for them.
Dalton Thompson down low gets fouled as he's pushed, and they will call the foul here on Ravion Bell, his second personal foul, 7th team foul. So into the bonus goes Walla Walla. And Dalton Thompson will be at the free throw line, an 82% free throw shooter. First one is good, averages 15, just over 15 points per ball game.
You know, when you average 90 points a game as a team, you got a lot of guys averaging some double figures there.
So the next one here by Thompson. Good. Lead back out to 21 points. It's been as much as 26 for Walla Walla. Tacoma had one lead early on, 3-0, and that has been it. Little backup move there by Khalil Wyatt won't go. The rebound's going to be grabbed by Gabe Porter, who is back in the ball game, and then a foul call. And Khalil Wyatt's on the floor, kind of pleading his case, saying, I was just sitting here, minding my own business, grabbing the knee of Gabe Porter, who will march to the free throw line on the other end. That's his 4th personal foul for Wyatt, 8th team foul, and Gabe Porter at the stripe. Porter, a hometown hero from Wahai. And you said the Husky men hired a basketball coach?
They did. I guess they had an opening, and they hired the lead assistant coach from Syracuse. I believe his name is it Mike Hopkins, I believe?
Okay.
And he
I thought he was supposed to take Boeheim's place when he retired.
He was, but I guess Jim didn't get that memo that he was going to retire anytime soon. As they're working on an extension. It was the latest. We just heard Buddy Patrick just showed me the tweet saying that they're working on a Boeheim extension, actually. So Hopkins decided, you know what, it's a good time for me to go get a head job myself.
And head to the other corner of the country. Here's a turnaround by Bell, won't go, foul. Ravion Bell will go to the free throw line. Time is not on the side of Tacoma. They've got to make baskets on every possession here.
They do, and it's not just baskets being made. They're going to need to get stops as well. It cannot just be a one end of the court. It has to be both ends, obviously.
Free throw number 1 is good. Tillman with the foul, his 2nd personal foul, the 6th team foul. First one good by Bell, the 6'9" sophomore. Won't go. Powers had it. Oh, then it was knocked away from Powers by Thompson. And now we have the ball knocked out of bounds, and now one of the officials is over at the book. And I'm not sure what we're all looking at.
I'm not sure either, but Keith Neely's pretty good at eavesdropping, but I think I just eavesdropped from about 200 feet away, and Coach Jeff Rhineland for Walla Walla Warriors said block out, and that's exactly what he's asking his players to do. I think everyone in the gym wants to block out. So
1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shots, none of them go for Tacoma, and Walla Walla will get it.
That was not the blockouts that Coach Rhineland was looking for the first 2 times there.
And up the floor, Walla Walla with it. Radliff. Tick, tick, tick. Now to Thompson, goes into the lane, puts it up and plops it in. He goes to the deck. Doesn't matter. The lead is out to 24 points again for the Walla Walla Warriors. Dribbling in, corner now, Powers shoots, hits the 3 ball. Jordan Powers out of Stadium High School in Tacoma drains a 3 from the left corner.
You know, one thing, Tom, is just watching this Walla Walla team, they were running at a pretty frenetic pace that first half, and they're still looking to attack in these half-court possessions, but they are really working hard at making this more of a half-court game to do kind of chip away at that clock, let some time run off. They're not getting done in the last 5 seconds of a shot clock, but maybe the last 15 at least.
Dalton Thompson goes hard to the floor as Jordan Powers just backed over him. That's his 4th personal foul for Powers, 9th team foul. 3 shots coming up here. We're going to check in with Keith Neely here in just a second. First free throw is good. I thought maybe you had something, Keith, a little earlier.
Nope. That's a big negative.
No eavesdropping this time.
So Joel was right in his earlier eavesdrop. That's what you heard? or were you not eavesdropping at the time?
I was trying to pick up on what the officials were talking about back and forth, but it was fairly cryptic. So rather than get my secret decoder ring out, I just backed off.
That Enigma World War II machine wasn't quite working for you, huh?
Right. Free throws. Thompson puts them in, and it's 79-56, 23-point lead. Long, outside, 3 ball, air ball. Khalil Thompson's launched a few air balls that haven't worked the last couple of trips down the floor. And with 6:24 to play, Walla Walla ball. Radliff.
And Tom, we actually watched Landon Radliff for the Walla Walla Warriors, played for the Richland High Bombers. Watched him at State a few years ago with some other talented players we'll talk about later.
That's Radliff again with an interception there. Yeah, Richland Bomber. 6'1 freshman. Averages 11.3 points per ball game for Walla Walla. Radliff cleared himself a little spot. Now to Tillman. Blocked by Bell. Back out. Long 3. Down it goes for Dalton Thompson. 82-56. Walla Walla now equals their biggest lead of the contest at 26 points. Fade away by Pasqua from the foul line, no. Back up, no. For William Moore, and now Moore will go to the free throw line.
Radliff.
Talk about Radliff.
Radliff believes he was clean on that one, but I think he might have got a little hand. No, Radliff's backcourt running mate that we watched a couple years ago when they were juniors at the state tournament had a real great run there. His backcourt mate, Stephen Bayo, a player that we were pretty high on before, and we're watching him as a freshman at the state tournament. He is actually now a BYU Cougar, and as well as all of those fans, college basketball fans in the state of Washington know, is the only team to have defeated Gonzaga from Spokane yet this year.
Was BYU.
So we can really bring in pretty much anything if we want to try to tie it together.
Kevin Bacon, and we got about 7 degrees of separation for Kevin Bacon, and we're going to be set to go. That is Radliff with the ball. Now it goes to Porter. Look for Tillman. Tillman's got a pretty good night. He misses that one. Bell grabs the rebound. But Walla Walla can milk the clock on each possession. Pasqua. Fade away from 18. Front iron, no. Bell with the rebound. Back up. That will go. Ravion Bell with the offensive rebound and the bucket as we're inside 5 minutes of play in the game.
Pasqua the 9. Radliff the ball. Wanted to make somebody else be the trigger man. Somebody else play the point position for the Warriors. Gabe Porter saying, well, that's fine. I'll just handle it a little bit myself.
Now goes in. Turnaround jumper. Everything's going down now for Walla Walla. Dalton Thompson with a 3. He's got 22 points in the ball game, and the lead is 24 points. Ravion Bell is down. He's injured, laying flat underneath. I don't know, maybe it's a cramp. Did he land awkwardly?
When he went in for that dunk, he caught the front rim of it. It looked like he might have landed a little awkwardly. But hopefully he's okay here. He's right around. It might just be a cramp. They're looking like they're trying to stretch it as if it is a cramp, which could explain why he didn't have the explosiveness to get all the way up to that dunk.
And so he is they're going to leave him lay there for a moment and try to stretch things out. Let's step aside. We'll take a break. 4:26 to play in the basketball game. Walla Walla 84, Tacoma 60. We return to Everett right after this timeout. Keith Neely's got a diagnosis from the sideline there. He plays a doctor here on TV.
Absolutely. Ravon Bell off the court with a right cramp in his right calf. And he's walking it off along the baseline. Will re-enter.
And Joel Boyer, well, you said during the break, that always happens to you when you miss a dunk.
Every missed dunk I ever had in my career, Tom, I had a calf cramp after.
How many of those were there?
Well, on the 8-foot hoop, there was a lot. But on the 10-foot hoop, I just didn't attempt it as many times.
So you need a qualifier there.
Yeah, I wasn't going to qualify it, but you just drag it out of me every time, don't you, Tom?
Playing the weave here is Walla Walla. All the guards just playing catch with it, using time. Down to 2, down to 1. Porter goes in, laying good. Of course.
Oh, boy.
29.5-second possession there, and it's a lay-in that's good. Makes it a 26-point lead. Foul on the other end, and it's going to be whistled here on Landon Radliff. That'll be for Radliff, I believe, his 4th personal foul and the 8th team foul. Radliff will go to the bench with 4 personals, and Trace Tiller will check in for him. And free throws here for the Titans. First one is good. So another one coming up here for Dayton Pasqua from Tacoma Baptist High School. 3:51 to go, and this one is going to go in the win column, and the big trophy is going to head back to Walla Walla. Front iron miss. Tillman grabs the rebound. Kind of momentarily looked down to his teammate Thompson, who's laying on the floor, and says, okay, see ya.
You all right? Good. Well, I'm not passing to you on the floor.
That's right. 10 seconds. 10-second violation now, so they couldn't get it across the timeline. And it'll be turned right back over to Tacoma.
And you don't often see a 10-second backcourt.
Not with these teams.
Well, not with these teams, but even off a missed free throw like that, you don't often see that. A lot of times it's a set inbounds after a made basket or off a dead ball. But credit to the Titans for playing some tough defense there.
Nice move there by Stephen Shaw. Lost the defender, laid it up and in. 86-63 the score.
And Tom, I really want to make sure we point this out that in spite of the fact they've been down a boatload for a long time, the Titans they have not quit playing. They're playing hard. They're playing with intensity. They're playing defense. They're trying to make things happen. And they got it down to 15, but it went back to 26. But they're not stopping at any point. I really want to give props to those guys for how hard they're playing.
He didn't cramp up that time. That was Stephen Shaw, though, goes in for the two-handed slam after the steal. Now the other way, Trace Tiller with it. And they'll leave it off for his guard, who will start the play here. That's Colin Bakalarski. Hook pass to Porter into the lane, laying good.
Porter is crafty with that ball up top, and when he gets in the lane, he is tough as nails on finishing.
Stephen Shaw on the other end for Tacoma with the bucket. 88-67. Gabe Porter. Radliff's going to check back in next dead ball. Porter dribbled along the right side, and then they're going to say a foul. I think they're going to get Pasqua for the foul. And for Dayton Pasqua, his second personal foul, 10th team foul, so double bonus now the rest of the way for Walla Walla.
And Pasqua was pretty clean up until the last moment until he fouled. Obviously, that's another one of those statements like, well, there you go. But did a great job right there, really trying to keep Porter from clearing, turning the corner, but just couldn't help himself from reaching in there and grabbing some arm.
Porter's first is good. Tiller goes out, and Radliff returns.
That's one thing to keep in mind. Obviously, these are community colleges. The most you have in grade-wise, freshmen and sophomores. Your sophomores are essentially your seniors at this level. And so these sophomores who've been battled for the last year and this year, most of them, it's pretty special for them to be able to win, be playing the championship first of all, be able to win that. It's the same thing as being a senior at the NCAA March Madness tournament and getting to win the championship your senior year. It's the same thing for these sophomores. So these Walla Warrior sophomores, it's pretty special for them. You see a couple of hugs for Dalton Thompson as he exits the game as their scoring leader for this tonight. What a great contest he's had at both ends of the court.
PSG Washington is a proud sponsor of this year's tournament. The PSG team of highly skilled employee benefit consultants is here to guide you toward making the best decisions for your business and employees. Throughout the Northwest, no other firm can match their unparalleled blend of experience and dedication to customer service. PSG Washington. We're not satisfied until you're satisfied. Minute 57 to play. We'll have the presentation of the awards and trophies. A couple of interviews on the floor as well coming up post-game with Walla Walla taking the trophy home. Their women's team did not. Spokane will take it. So both of the men's and women's championship trophies will head to Eastern Washington. Foul here. And Carter will pick up the foul for Tacoma. That's his second personal foul. And Bakalarski back to the free throw line for Walla Walla. Jeff Reinland, the coach of the year in the East Division of the NWAC. And even though they didn't have the number 1 seed, came in as number 3 out of the East Division. They're going to take the trophy.
Well, and they had their first round game was just a 2-point victory, 69-67 over Pierce College in Tacoma. What a tight game for them to get past there. Then a 20-point win over Whatcom in the semis, and then, in the quarters. And then obviously good win last night in the semis, and then a 92-72 difference right now with Radcliffe at the line to add to it.
First one won't go. The foul had been called on Dayton Pasqua, his third personal. Double bonus time. Both are good for Radcliffe. Actually, only made one. 93-72, long outside shot. Pasqua drains the three. So 93-75. Here's a steal. Pasqua has it. Dribbles it, leaves it for alley-oop, won't go. Pasqua gets it corner, open 3 ball, error. Won't go. And Radcliffe grabs the rebound. 1 minute to play in the championship game. Brandon Porter, ball knocked out of bounds. So still Walla Walla basketball with 24 on the shot clock and an 18-point lead. Tacoma made a few runs at them, but just could not get it. They got to within 15 one time, and that has been it. After Walla Walla just absolutely boat raced them in the first half and double scored them at the half, 52-26. That shot by Bakalarski won't go. He'll kick it back out for Radcliffe. Tacoma not electing to take any fouls, kind of useless at this time. And so Walla Walla to dribble it out, and they will start to celebrate. And ball knocked out of bounds by Askari Carter. 14 on the shot clock, 23 on the game clock. That's Bakalarski. Long outside shot, rims off, no good. Rebound, grabbed down by Bethea. Feed it right side, Stefan Shaw missed. We've seen a lot of missed dunks. That one was a miss. Here's Brandon Porter, thinks better of it, won't go in for the lay-in. And that will be that. And the Walla Walla Warriors will be crowned the 2017 NWAC men's basketball champions with the Tacoma Titans. Impressive from the outset, but as I mentioned just a moment ago, really that boat raced out of the moorings right at the beginning of the game, got out by 26, and then they just kind of nursed the lead from there on.
Absolutely, and Coach Riley even talked about coming back in the second half, got to make sure we come with the same intensity, and not to take anything away from all, they didn't start that second half with that same intensity, and Tacoma was able to cut that down to 15, but the backhanded compliment, I guess, is when you're up by 26, you can afford to have a little letdown in intensity, but still maintain a comfortable lead the rest of the half and come away with a nice 18-point victory to win that championship trophy.
And we have Keith Neely down on the floor. We'll get some interviews with some of the victorious players and coaches after they give the presentation of the awards here. Got quite a few awards, the most valuable player, all tournament team, those types of activities to go on the floor. So with the win, Walla Walla will end their season at 24-8. Tacoma will end now with the loss at 18-14. And big hugs all around for Jeff Reinland and his Walla Walla players. The Tacoma Titans still hanging around. They'll get the second place trophy.
And what a season for the Titans. I mean, to be 18-14 finishing out with it, I mean, that's, 14 losses, just barely, only a couple games over 500, and yet the run that they put on to be able to get themselves in the championship game cannot take anything away from the hard work and the intensity they put into getting themselves to this game. Congratulations to the Titans on a great season.
Great season, the number 4 seed out of the West Division. And they kind of made their way through into the championship game, and then Walla Walla, though, they were really impressive all 4 days of the tournament, 2 last weekend and 2 this weekend. And so they are being presented now with the bracket and the trophies and all the various paraphernalia that comes with an NWAC championship, including a banner they get to hoist into the rafters down at Walla Walla Community College. And now I think their players are writing in, hey, we won the game, so getting some
putting their name on that championship line right there.
Right.
And one of those few times that we can say this is the time you can hold up one finger saying that we are the number 1 best team in the NWAC. Congratulations to the Walla Walla Warriors.
Pretty good team. They live and die by the 3, but I tell you, they lived big time by the 3 in this tournament.
Absolutely, and we talked about the first round game was a 2-point victory. Everything since then has been a little smoother sailing for them. Their closest game was the semis, was 14-point victory over Lower Columbia. Everything else was 20 or more until the championship game being finished up at 18.
Let's go down to Keith Neely on the sideline. Keith.
We talked about pace coming out of the half break. A little bit of lull in the second half. Was there ever a question in your mind?
There's always a question in my mind. I mean, they're a great team. We knew they were going to come out a little fired up, and they did. And I think when number 0 hit the 2 long threes to start the half, and we had a little shaky start, I think that kind of got our guys kind of questioning themselves a little bit. But, every time they kind of got it to 15 or 16, we got it back up to 22 or 23. So about the 8-minute mark, I was thinking we were going to get it.
You got a couple of incredible sophomores leading the pack out here. Talk a little bit about your squad.
Yeah, Gabe's been tremendous for us. You know, he's had his ups and downs, but boy, what a sophomore year he's had, 23 a game, and guys all over him all the time, and great job. And, you know, I only had Colin for 1 year. He transferred in from Eastern Oregon, just now turning into what he, you know, the kind of player he could be, and he'll carry that on at the next level. And then, you know, Dalton, I mean, that guy set a school record for minutes played. I mean, he plays 38, 39 minutes a game. He's the really only true four-man that we have that fits our system, that can bang the three, and big enough to guard a big guy. And they're just real special guys, and I couldn't be happier for them. I mean,
it's a happy time for sure. Let's talk a little about the tournament itself. It's a marathon. You got to work a long season, then you got to play 4 to get where you are. A little bit of a scare on game 1. Tell us a little bit about that game in itself, and then how you rallied to get to the championship.
Well, I was telling Coach Mendelson today at the coaches meeting, you know, he could just as easily be here. I mean, they defended us very, very well. We had trouble getting our three-point shots off. You know, we only made 4. That's a school low record for me in my coaching career in 32 years. They just did a great job defending us. Luckily in that game, Landon had a big game at the end of the game, took it over, and we were able to pull it out. And, you know, Pierce is a great team. We played them early, beat them by 3, and got lucky to win that game. And I think we were pretty lucky to win the game here, you know, and very fortunate anyway. So could have just as easily been Pierce, but could have been just as easily been a few teams. So.
My good-looking trophy over there, the hardware. Do you have a place set aside in the Dietrich Dome, or do you already have one in mind?
I don't. You know, I never really ever thought in my wildest dreams this would happen. So I haven't done that. So I'm just going to get back and figure out what to do with it.
Coach, congratulations, great game.
Thank you, and thanks to the NWAC for everything they do, and thanks to you guys. Thanks.
Tom, back to you.
Thanks very much. That's Coach Jeff Reinland of the Walla Walla Warriors. Walla Walla won it in 78 and 79, so it's been a long, long time since the Walla Walla Warriors have taken a NWAC men's basketball trophy home, and they get it here. We'll see if we get a interview with a player. Who'd you like? Who really stood out for you?
Well, just because he was named the tournament MVP, I'd love it if we could get a word from Keith. Or Keith, we could maybe get a word with Landon Radliff, was just named the tournament MVP as well as first team, obviously. Joining his teammates, just listening to the announcements, Landon Radliff, Dalton Thompson, Colin Bekalarski, and Gabe Porter all on the first team, all tournament first team, with Landon Radliff being that MVP.
Well, let's go to Landon Radliff. He is with our Keith Neely. And you're going to keep him from cutting down the nets? Is that what you're
for now.
Okay.
For now, we're with Landon Radliff, named the tournament MVP. He finished the game with 9 points. Tell me a little bit about, you immediately grabbed the pen when it came to writing the Magic Warrior name on the bracket. Was that a decision, or you just went for it?
I was waiting for that. I think a lot of people in Walla Walla have been waiting for this for about 38 years. So to write that official score on that card, man, that's something that's priceless for us.
You've had a heck of a season, a heck of a job at dictating pace. Did you talk a lot about energy and pace coming into the game? Because it sure looked like you were running downhill most of the first half.
Yeah, I mean, energy has been our go-to thing since we got to this tournament. Our first 2 games, we were all energy, and we blew out, come out by 20 points and got a big win against Pierce. Then we came back this week and we said, let's do the same thing. Let's get the energy going. And once one person gets the energy going, I think the other 4 feed off of it, and then that's when we start going.
You put a whole lot of points next to names. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 different Warriors in the scoring column. Does it feel better to you? Do you get a better kick at addition and letting somebody hit a 3, or do you feel better when you get the dribble drive for the score? What's your preference?
I'm very all about giving the ball to my players. I mean, especially this team we have right here, everyone's hitting. I just want to get them the ball. I trust my teammates so much, and they trust me. And I mean, look what happened. We're NWAC champs.
Your tournament MVP, it's Landon Radliff. Go cut down some net, would you?
Thank you.
Back to you, Tom.
There you go. Thanks very much, Keith Neely. And thanks to the coach and to the players. And that is going to wrap it up as the NWAC Men's Basketball Championship goes to the Walla Walla Warriors with the win, 93-75. Joel Boyer, very, very impressive.
Really impressive Warriors team. It's fun to hear Jeff Reinland talk about in his 32 years of coaching, just the talent that this team has. It's fun to hear Landon Radliff talk about that Walla Walla.
I like the fact that Radliff knew it was 38 years since they won it.
And to me, that's not surprising. I mean, obviously it's what you hope for in all your players, but especially your point guard, just having that presence of mind. We talked to the high school state tournament about the presence of mind different players had, but Radliff feels like one of those, what if I dare say, an all-Boyer team candidate for understanding which light on the scoreboard is out, which door is a little, you got to jimmy it a little bit to get yourself in. Just seems like one of those presence of mind to know 38 years ago is the last time they won it, and they're bringing it back, and it's not just an excitement for these players, it's a community thing for Walla Walla as well for them, and that's a pretty awesome accomplishment these guys have done so today.
And thank you to Everett Community College for hosting the event, to the NWAC for putting on the event, the Northwest Athletic Conference. Today, in overtime, the women, the title goes to Spokane, 76-73. On the men's side, final score, Walla Walla 93, Tacoma 75. For Joel Boyer and Keith Neely, for Buddy Patrick, for Todd Elvig and his entire STSPN crew, I'm Tom Lafferty. Thanks for being with us. The 2017 NWAC Men's Basketball Championship goes to Walla Walla. Good night, everybody.